back to another episode on The Lily Show. As you all know already, we are discussing on fatherhood. And today, guess who we have here? That is our one and only Papa. My father, our original daddy for hip hop life, our grandpapa Reggie Rockstone. Thank you, I stayed tuned.
Thank you. Yes, it's amazing how people always mix hip hop and hip life.
Oh, I see.
Yep, but it's actually interchangeable, so I'm not surprised.
But are they not the same?
This is a whole nother show that you just started. Yeah, but yes, they are pretty much the same.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Anyway,
Thank you.
I'm happy to have you on the
I'm
show
happy
too.
to have you here.
In fact, I keep telling my team that if this show ends without you
Oh,
being
thank you.
here, I don't think I will be okay.
Thank
And
you.
finally, we have you.
Thank you. I'm glad that you are okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And
Blessings, honor.
like I said earlier, we are discussing on fatherhood.
Yes.
It's one of the topics that I don't know if I would say we Africans are shining away from it. Or
Yes.
we are not being more detailed about
Fatherhood.
Yes. And today, having you to discuss that gives me a lot of joy, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I don't want to ask you who is a father because
Right.
literally we all know
Yes,
what
yes,
father is.
yes.
But then I'm going to be asking you. I've heard somewhere that one of the challenges of fatherhood has to do with a fractured sonship. Can you kind of explain to our viewers what that means?
A fractured
Sonship.
sonship.
Yes.
I would attribute that to parenthood, because there's usually mother and father. And to be honestly truthful, usually when you talk about parenthood, the mother seems to usually stand out more.
Okay.
Mom, Mother Earth.
Okay.
The woman gives birth. I've been constipated before, so I can imagine how it would feel for you to be pregnant for how many months?
9 good months.
9 good months. Apparently, the pain of childbirth
Okay.
is one of the most painful experiences for a human being.
Okay.
So I like to use this time to compliment and commend all women, because I know for sure that I could not give birth. But in saying what you said, it's only in recent times that it has become necessary or starting to be pointed out about fatherhood. I.e. when it's Father's Day, now you see a lot more, but women have totally dominated this sector for so long. Nevertheless, it is so necessary, fatherhood. So about the son and a child not doing well. The male is the voice of stern, the voice of authority. Hey, my friend, your mother, you can hide all day under your mother's armpit. She's breastfeeding you, you grow up a sucker. A man is going to make you know. So when they say daddy,
No. Okay.
say, and so usually the discipline factor is usually expected to come from the male voice,
Yes. Okay.
which is it's quite silly if you ask me, because discipline could come from both. To nurture a child, to impart wisdom into a child. I have children, and you will not believe it, but I have never, ever hit any of my children. And I got some of the most disciplined children. I talk to my children. I explain to them the reason why this is so and so, why you're wrong, this. But their mama, they scared of their mama.
Okay.
So we play good cop, bad cop.
Okay.
And it gives it a beautiful balance. Yes.
Okay. I'm so happy you made mention of the punishment.
Yes.
When we talk about a child misbehavior, it comes from, we'll talk about how kids are being handled before they get to that point.
Yes.
So I'm so glad that you come to that point where one is a bit quiet and the other one is a bit harsh. I think it helps balance the home, literally. But then, as a father, or with time, I've understood this pattern of fatherhood.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm right. That children are more well cultured or more well mentally organized when it's coming from their father.
This is new to me
Okay.
because the female is all nurturing. The female is all wise. Women are definitely wiser than men. I could tell you that any day. You look at some of the dumbest things in the world. It's men who do that. A woman would not jump off no, for just for an experiment. What men do that dumb stuff, you know. So in saying this, I would give all the credit to the female, but the combination is what makes it rather strong.
Okay.
Because when you do have that balance, so like I said, the voice of authority, the sternness, and then the mother's compassion, when you mix the both of them. Uh, but in saying this, my story is rather unique because here I am, I'm male, uh, I'm very masculine, and yet still I have never physically put my hands on my children in any form, in any punishment form.
Okay.
Yeah, but these kids are still very, very well disciplined. So I don't know. Maybe people could take something from me and learn that brutalizing your kids or slapping them up. You're dealing with violence. Now I understand what you're gonna say. Spare the rod.
And
The
spare
spoil.
the child.
Yeah, spoil the child. However, over the years and as today we sit, those rules from back when today might not really apply. Things have changed. There is a wisdom to it, but at the same time, when you start to implement violence from such an early age, uh, the child only knows, you know, violence,
Violence. Okay.
and we live in a violent world. Tom and Jerry is one of the most violent cartoons ever. So from the very inception of the child, they already learning to be violent, and then you come and add on top.
Wow.
Yes.
Please, you've heard from our grandpapa himself. One of the challenges of fatherhood is being violence, if I'm not mistaken. So I
Well,
prefer you don't need to be violent with your kid, but don't worry, we are coming back to that part of him because we also need to understand why he thinks so. Because this is Africa, where we feel that disciplined children are very, very necessary.
Yes.
Grandpa, you were raised in UK.
No, I was raised both in the UK, in America, and Ghana. So I got all three of them.
Yeah, probably. But
Yeah.
which one were you mostly stayed in?
Both of them. I was born in the UK,
Okay.
lived in New York, and then also in Ghana.
Okay.
So I got all experiences of all three. That's what gave you hip life.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see. The reason why I asked this is because I wanted to make a statement.
The Western. Yeah, I knew you was gonna go there. The
Because
Western. Yeah.
because in
Yes.
Africa,
Yes.
like you said, when you spare a rod, you are
You
spoiling the
spoil the
kid.
child.
That has been our foundational correctional attitude in
Right.
Africa for kids. But in your case, it is actually vice versa.
Mhm.
So I really want to know if because you
It's
were brought
because
up
it has a Western influence.
or because
Um,
when you were in Africa,
no.
that was not how your family brought you.
No, this is totally not my case because in reference to my personal upbringing, my mama used to whoop my ass.
Oh,
Yep.
oops.
But my father never touched me. You
Okay.
see? So I do come from the typical African backdrop. The only difference is that my father is how I have become today, that I don't lay my hands on my children. My father never touched me. But my father, our bond and the love and the respect that I have for my father was so deep that I would rather be hit than my father be angry at me. I have so much respect for that man that when he got mad at me, it hurt me more than the beating.
Baking.
Yes, it's so total. It's an amazing uh, um, situation with my life.
So we
No, in my life.
actually with your narratives,
Yeah.
it's obvious that children, or mostly our sons,
Mhm.
are what their fathers are. That's the pure truth.
Um,
Because that
y-
was all okay.
yes, it's true, but also when you have males who are raised by just women, you will see some feminine uh, characteristics in them because they're raised by their mama.
Okay.
So children, they're like sponges. They adapt, and they will which is not necessarily a bad thing, but of course, in a macho world, a man who is feminine might run into some challenges, and not even mentioning the whole vibration of homophobia and all of the above, but being just a soft man in this cold, hard, macho world might have its challenges. But life does go on, and people have learned to um, move on in their lives being who they are. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I guess I want to stress on something.
Sure.
All right. Um were you closer to your dad or to your mom?
This is a very, very deep question.
Yeah.
I am closer to my mother because my mother's alive, my father isn't. And ladies and gentlemen, there goes my plane. Oh, I forgot to mention, I do live by an airport. So yeah. Um, in saying this, sorry, plane break. That's a good question that you asked. Um, no, I am close to both of them.
Okay.
Of course, my father is no more, and yes, we're both male, so we have a certain. It's like, you know, you if you're female, there are things that you and your mother share more. You and your mother might want to do your hair, paint your nails. So there's a bit of a connection.
Connection. Okay.
It's the same with the dad.
With the dad. Okay.
But I'm close to both of them in my own way. Yeah.
Okay. Um I want to say something.
Mm.
I myself was closer to my dad.
Oh, that's beautiful. My
Yeah.
daughter's very close to me.
Good. So
All my daughters. Yeah.
thank you. I'm coming to that aspect
Mm.
because people say that a better raised child, if you check their backgrounds,
The closer to
has
that.
a lot to do with their father. Is that true?
I I don't know who's doing these stats and consensus. I don't know because they're very unique. Everybody's story is unique.
Unique, yeah.
But I do know that if you are a strong man, uh, your daughters, when they go out looking for a partner, they usually look for somebody that has the characteristics of their father.
Good.
An upstand, strong man, the qualities of their dad. And this is it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
So, will we say in
The
that
good parts.
aspect, it's good and it's advisable for men to try and live more upright because
Oh, it's advisable for everybody to live upright, because we're all trying to make it to God's kingdom. So I guess it's to each and everybody.
yeah, we know mothers are great, but fathers are amazing. There's a lot about them we can't do without. And that is taking me to the next question.
Well, thank you. Fathers again, love
Yeah,
you.
they are.
Hmm.
Reggie, do you think mothers or fathers are less appreciated in in our society today?
Um, if anything, fathers are now being more appreciated because if you check out the celebrations, Father's Day, although it's a commercially uh inclined movement, it's a money making move. If you start to popularize Father's Day, then you're gonna make some money from selling Father's Day gifts. There's a commercial angle to it. But however, lately men have come more to the forefront in and be more mentioned. An example is I'm doing a whole interview based on fatherhood right now. Here I am. Before it would be Mother's Day is huge, but Mother's Day should be every day, really, because we know what mothers do. Yeah.
Based on what Reggie just said, let me tell you one thing. This show is a special edition for us, okay? Because we feel fathers should be celebrated as well because they are doing much more than we can even see or feel, just like we think about the mothers. And to tell you this, I am my father's child.
Your daddy's girl.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's another opportunity I want to use to honor him anyway, even though he's late.
Well, I think it's very honorable and thoughtful of us to all of a sudden, over years, to finally appreciate fatherhood and also to recognize that not all fathers, fathers got a bad rap for many years, being that we can get up and leave and we haven't done too well with our PR,
Sure.
and so for many years, fathers had a bad rap. But today, many have come to the realization that, it's not so.
Right. So, Mr. Reggie, please can you throw more light to us about a father and a son relationship?
The relationship between a father and son is by respect.
Okay.
Respect. Men respect means a lot to us males. Respect, regardless of the fact that that's my son, there has to be that respect. Because that's a man-to-man situation, even though it's a father and son, that the respect. So when you address Jah, your maker, our Father who art in heaven, there's always the reverence and the respect that you give to your Father who created you. And so this comes via um, how you express this respect to each other, and also uh, it breaks the barriers of secrecy because we're boys, and so we should be able to speak on matters that just like you and your mama talked about when you got your first period and all. I got to talk to my son about
Mine was even
Oh, so your dad. Okay, so beautiful. You know, you're blessed. And so these things, they are, I, pun intended, mandatory. The very word man is in there. Mandatory that you have that kind of relationship with your son. Boys are much harder to raise because men are impulsive, men are very excitable. You could raise your child in the best way, and just some silly girl with a big booty is going to take your son away, just because she's cute or whatever. Men are very, so you have to have and of course they're males. So at some point, the egos is going to be up,
Yeah.
all of the above. So as you can see, males are flying all over, yeah. And and some female pilots, sorry. Should give shout out to some female pilots. Yeah. And so, yeah, this is very necessary that you establish the respect factor. And then from there, the bond will become stronger.
Oh.
And so that my son is able to come to me and ask me and speak to me about things that he would otherwise be shy to speak to his mom about.
All right.
Yeah.
You've heard from our daddy. It's very necessary to establish that father and son relationship because there's a whole lot involved about their lives.
Yeah.
That kind of tallies. So coming from a father to a son is always amazing. Well, we are going for a commercial break. When we'll come back, we'll continue on this conversation.
Wrinkles? No. Abro Spray Starch, giving your outfit the crisp, clean, and professional edge that defines true elegance. Abro Spray Starch, step out and stand out.
Mr. James. Hello, sir. How may I help you? Mr. James!
Wow, you look elegantly beautiful.
Thank you.
At this point, I'm no longer sick.
With Abro Spray Starch, elegance is everything.
Wow! What did you use on your dress?
Abro Spray Starch does just the trick.
Wow!
Abro Spray Starch, elegantly bringing out the confidence you need.
Marketed and distributed by Kosharish Ghana Limited, number 5 Spintex Road, Accra, Ghana. For inquiries, please call 0243 690 066. Abro Spray Starch, elegance is confidence.
All right, we're back from the commercial break, but we won't continue until we say a very big thank you to all our sponsors. Nancy Black Salon for making me look this fabulous. Costaris Ghana Limited, our major sponsors who has always been there from day one. Costaris are the distributors of Abro products nationwide. Or will I say worldwide? Yeah, I think Africa as a whole, they are the one who distribute the Abro product. And Lily's Shop, who have been the major support behind a whole lot you are seeing here today. And thank you as we continue on this interactive session. Dad, you talked about you and your male child.
Yes.
I've always want to ask this question, and unfortunately, fortunately, We are girls in my family.
Mm.
So I couldn't ascertain this question.
Right.
Hey, but today I'm having you. I think
Sure.
asking you will be the best. Is there a special way you treat a male child to a female child? Are there two different ways you treat them?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It would be ignorant of me to say it wasn't. It
Okay.
is. You know, the female has a different makeup,
Okay.
even psychologically,
Mm-hmm.
and everything. You know, and so does the male.
Okay.
Um, you know, like I said, the male is a man. You know, that's a young man or a little man. Women are more sensitive. I mean, men are sensitive too, but you know, there's certain things that if I had to address with my daughter, I approach it totally different from how I would approach
Please, can
my
you give us
son.
an example?
Example is if I had to scold any one of them,
Okay.
the way that I would speak to my daughter would probably be a little bit more. It would be a little bit more cushioned than you know the male. It's just something that comes naturally.
Okay.
Of course, you know they're both eligible to be scolded, but my approach to my daughter will definitely or is definitely different. And this is also by observation of the characteristics of these children. So I do know that my daughter is actually sensitive. So if I speak a certain way, you know, and then some people are really stubborn, and if you go screaming at them, they just rebel against you, and you're not gonna get nothing into their heads.
Okay.
And so I found a way to slide it in. You know, can we talk? You know, okay, sit down. Let's talk. You know, I'm still firm, but let's talk. And then she'll say what she got to say. I say what I have to say, and we debate it, break it down, and I make my point. Yeah.
Okay. From Reggie's point of view, okay,
Mm.
I don't know if it's everybody's point of view, but
Mm.
I think it was making more sense here because seriously, you can't treat the male child the way you treat your female child.
No.
And I think basically we are talking to fathers today. Kindly learn how to treat your female child in a more decent way because tomorrow they are also looking out for a man like you to get married to. Well, Reggie, fatherhood is a whole lot, like I said before.
Sure enough.
Is there anything you think we need to know about being a father?
I think we pretty much know everything. You know, it's like I said, it's almost natural, you know. And remember, to the viewers, not everybody has a father, and so to those who don't have fathers, who might have or not necessarily their biological fathers, you know, a child will love who takes care of the child.
Okay.
So if you took a baby and you gave the baby, if I gave a baby to you and you started to show this baby love and nurture this baby and feed this baby would only know you as mom. You see, children are very, they're canvas plain, and then we fill in, you know, like I took the artist, you know, there's a plain canvas and then he, you know, so um, in saying this, I believe that everything is everything, and there are unique cases, but overall, it is to whom it concerns and how you know,
You do.
you have to study your story and apply and make it make sense.
All right. And being a father, is it just about getting married or it has more to do with just getting married? or
Oh
having
no,
a child?
marriage gotten told. I mean, marriage is, you know, that's just the human ritual of, you know, of bringing your love story before your maker. But fatherhood, you know, there are people who are not married who are better fathers than a lot of fathers who are married. You know, responsibility, making sure that everything is put as should. being there for those who need you when they need you. A father figure, it's a lot more than just the name tag father, so yeah.
It's just a name tag. It's just a name tag, but more being a father has to do with.
So a lot more to it,
lot
it's, you have folks who are not, I know people who refer to other people who are not their biological parents or as mother and father. So it's who stands in for you, who's there for you. Yeah, I totally agree with you when you say what you said, because fatherhood, it doesn't necessarily have to be because I gave birth to, you mothers can be fathers. You ever heard that saying?
Yeah.
Mothers can be fathers.
Yes.
A lot of mothers are fathers
Fathers, absolutely.
because they're 2 in 1.
Yes.
A lot of women raise males and females single-handedly.
I call them superpowers.
Super women. Women are super. And perhaps this is the reason why fatherhood has played a back bench for so long, because the woman is very powerful. Like I said, I can't not be pregnant. I've never given birth. And so that in itself alone puts you in a different, category of power. Yeah.
All right. So I think we should go for a commercial break. When we'll come back,
Sure.
we'll continue on this conversation.
Late night study sessions, endless assignments, and now these urchins and mosquitoes.
You guys are sitting here just have you done the assignment Mr. Pachi gave us?
How do we do this assignment with these mosquitoes?
Let me quickly upload this and deal with these mosquitoes.
See miracle. Super Blast Mosquito Spray, the all-natural spray to keep your home mosquito free. Mom, this is what I call a good night's sleep.
Oh yes, baby. With Super Blast, you get to sleep comfortably and wake up refreshed.
Marketed and distributed by Kosharish Ghana Limited, number 5 Sprintex Road, Accra, Ghana. Please call 0243 690 066. Super Blast Mosquito Spray. One blast, total protection.
All right, Reggie, please, how do you cope with your musical career and being a father? Because I know it's a whole lot.
Actually, very easy, because when these children were born, I was ready who I was. So they came into the world with me being who I was. In fact, they really do enjoy who I am. I'm a hip father. Their father is very popular. Their friends are fans of their father. So it's a good look. It's not a problem. And also, remember, I wasn't as active as, I'm not as active musically as I am now. When they was born, I was working. I was going on tours and blah, blah. But today, I'm doing all different, so yeah.
That's why I'm worried. How are you?
Yeah, so it's God just made it really easy for me. So we run a business. So I'm like, I do the same thing that everybody else does. Make sure, that yeah.
Because as a father, absenteeism, or will I say being absent in a child's lives, and they are big challenging for fathers.
Yeah,
You're helping them gain so
I am so blessed in that sense. My children wake up every day and they see their daddy. Yeah. The nature of my work, is if I go to the studio, or I'm doing this, or I'm over at Roxwachi, our business, but we both come home. So it's not, if they was born in the heat of when I was, making the rounds, then yes, I would have been gone for a while, because you go on tours and stuff. Yeah.
I'm going to be very personal.
Sure.
Among your kids, has there been anyone who is following your footsteps?
That's a good question. People always ask me this. All my children are musically inclined. Yes.
Seriously?
Yes, they are all musically inclined. They all love music, listen to music, react to music. My daughter, she's learning how to play the violin. My other daughter can sing. You know, she sings, and my son, lately we just found out that he can rap.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's actually a footballer. Yeah, but they're all musically inclined, and you know they do have.
That's a very good.
Yeah.
That's a very good.
I mean, these things are natural, you know.
No, everybody wants to be a daddy. That means you're very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going on a commercial break. When we'll come back, we'll continue on this conversation. Thank you.
Wrinkles? No. Abro Spray Starch, giving your outfit the crisp, clean, and professional edge that defines true elegance. Abro Spray Starch, step out and stand out.
Mr. James. Hello, sir. How may I help you? Mr. James.
Wow, you look elegantly beautiful.
Thank you.
At this point, I'm no longer sick.
With Abro Spray Starch, elegance is everything.
Wow. What did you use on your dress?
Abro Spray Starch does just the trick.
Wow.
Abro Spray Starch, elegantly bringing out the confidence you need.
Marketed and distributed by Kosharish Ghana Limited, number 5 Spintex Road, Accra, Ghana. For inquiries, please call 0243 690 066. Abro Spray Starch. Elegance is confidence.
All right, we are back from the commercial break, and like we always do, thank you to all our sponsors, Kosharish Ghana Limited, distributors of Abro product nationwide. Thank you to Nancy Black Salon for making me look this, you know. You're such an amazing person. And Nancy Black is situated at East Legon, while Kosharish is situated at Spintex Road. And thank you to Atu, the artist. You can get him in all our social media platforms. Thank you and welcome back. Sir, I think we are coming to a round up to this interactive session, but there are some things I want to touch before we round.
Sure.
During the Rapperholic,
Yes.
Saturday
In Kumasi, yes. Really great show, yes.
You really said something that catched off my brain.
Okay.
See, especially when this musician came up to you to pay homage before coming on stage, and you said you were so thrilled, like in fact you were so astonished to see you raise more children.
Yes.
And you are very proud.
Yes, I am. I'm a proud father.
Yeah, proud father.
Since we are on
Hip-hop,
fatherhood, yes.
Of hip-hop life, yes.
Yes.
Please, how do you feel when you see all this that you have accomplished as a father, even though you don't know any one of them, but you have played a very important role as a father in their musical career?
Yes, yeah, I am not biologically their father, yeah, but I guess I know it's a figure of speech what you mean.
Yeah.
And it is exactly how I feel is what I said on stage, that I am a proud father. It is such a blessing to live that long, to see what it is that you invested in, that you did on this planet Earth whilst you were here, and see this bear fruit. I mean, these are young brothers and sisters, well, mostly males, who are doing extremely well for themselves. And the backdrop and the foundation of all of the above was the Hiplife movement that we started. And so when I say that I am a proud father, I mean it in every sense of the word. It is indeed a blessing. And these young brothers and sisters, they appreciate me. They hold me in very high esteem. And it's very inspirational. Also, I am the hippest father, because unlike most who would have took a back seat, I am still very current. So, you know, I'm not just the Olu. I'm very hip. You know, I still exhibit skills as a grandmaster of the art. And they draw inspiration from me. Also, my very lifestyle has been inspirational to them. Not just from the musical front, but also the fact that I move a certain way as a man in show business. You know, if you look around you, it was never really the hip thing for males to flaunt their marriages in show business. I have a feeling that I got a hand in that. You know, I think that they looked up to me in that sense. And today, if you look around you, you see Sako there with his wife, Stoneboy with his wife, or Chiamin Kwap. You know, everybody's to the bringing a family. And this was also one of the things that I did that I maybe unknowingly to them, they picked up on, not just the hip life movement. So I think I've been a great influence, a good influence.
And a good daddy too.
And a good daddy, yes. Because I'm actually really there for all of them.
All of them, yeah.
You know, you couldn't say nothing about no artist without me defending it, at least in the front. You know, I might talk to you behind, but in front, I'm standing for you.
100%.
Yeah, 100, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we come to the end of this show, there are things we do that is, to me, I feel is a tradition. But first, before we go, is there anything you have to say to our young boys who are coming up or aspiring to be a father? Is there any advice you have?
Well, you know, like I always say, if you're not ready, please, you know, be uh to be a man is quite heavy.
Yeah.
You know, people we carry much. You know, we're not allowed to exhibit weakness. You know, we got emotions like everybody else. You know, man don't cry and all that other crap. You know, but so we carrying. You know, and sometimes a lot of these things fester, and then it manifests into something really deadly. So be expressive, but also be a responsible male. Okay. And I don't mean that in just the financial sense. You know, finances. You know, you have irresponsible males who make money, so that's not it. I'm just saying everything around you. You know, and wisdom is something that you should really seek, because the best times of your life is when you're young, when you're able and strong, and decisions that you make now will pretty much shape what's going to happen next. And young males are very impressionable. You know, they fall into, you know, you take a boy fall into the wrong company and that's it.
Yes, sir.
You know, if they're doing drugs, he's doing drugs. So to be a wise male, a young wise person, a wise young human is very, very essential. Yes. So wisdom, seek wisdom.
Seek wisdom.
Yeah.
You heard them, seek wisdom. And the next advice I want you to also give for those young boys who are coming up or studying into the hip hop life and finding it difficult to accept being a father, accept growing to be a father. What advice do you have for that?
Well, that life will teach you that lesson. You couldn't teach them that. Nothing I would say could teach them that except life. So life will give you an ass whooping and you will know. Yeah.
Life will teach you a better lesson. Yep. So I think he leaves that advice to that. Anyway, Grandpapa, this in front of you, there's the words written inside. So you're supposed to pick one and read out an answer.
Okay. Cool. And this is where Grandpapa is really Grandpa, because he ain't got his reading glasses. He can't see nothing. Yes. As a child, what was your favorite toy your dad bought for you? When I was a child, I grew up, Bruce Lee's my mentor. So I grew up, other kids were, you know, doing toys. I was doing martial arts, you know, yes. And so I think one of the best, I wouldn't even call it a toy, but he bought me a pair of nunchucks, the Bruce Lee, yeah. And till this day, I know how to use them. So that would be it. And a walkie-talkie. I remember that. He bought me a walkie-talkie. Yes.
As of then, was it existent?
Yes, I grew up very Dada B. You know what a Dada B is? Yes, I grew up, I wouldn't say I was a spoiled child, but yeah, I had the best upbringing. Yes, we did have walkie-talkies, we had skateboards, we had roller skates, we had, man, I grew up really nice. Yep.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, and we are so glad to have you on the show today. Before we leave, I think we have something for him. Can we get the...
Thank you.
Yeah, this is coming from one of our sponsors.
Okay.
Abro Spray Starch.
Spray starch, okay. Yeah. I am a bugger, so my linen has to be tight, yes.
And we have a super blast.
Damn, man, what have these mosquitoes ever done to us? We found a new way to kill them every...
I'm telling you, and this is their disinfectant.
Disinfectants, that's really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
the truth is that we can't go without us giving you something special from this edition.
Yes, I'm an old man. I drink tea in the morning. Yes, I do.
Please, with this, you
Thank
can
you.
remember us for a very long
Thank you.
time.
Very thoughtful of you.
Thank you so much.
And what's the other stuff in there? Is that a t-shirt?
Yes, it's a t-shirt
Okay.
from them as
Okay.
well from the Abro
Okay.
product. Thank you so much for being on
You're welcome.
with us today.
Thank you, Abro. Aye.
Yeah, so the next one,
Oh, lovely.
yes. So you can open.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Atu the artist, and it's indeed a privilege.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh,
This
wow.
was it from the old picture.
Yeah, this is rather, I look like Hulk Hogan, yeah. This is dope. Thank you so much. This is going up on my wall.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Oh, you're getting.
Yep. Have you signed it?
Yes.
That yeah, signed.
Yeah. I really appreciate this. Ladies and gentlemen, Atu the artist.
Artist. Artist, you can stand by and
Yeah.